Welcoming Mr. Guha, MD and CEO of Birlasoft. Good morning, Mr. Guha, and it's a pleasure to host you, sir. The earnings have been fantastic for Birlasoft. The stock has beaten all its mid-cap peers in terms of how it has performed at a record high. Welcome to Market Today and on Business Today Television. Share with us how do you see the next 2 or 3 quarters as far as Birlasoft is concerned and the granularity of the mid-cap IT space, sir?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. So look, I mean, we had a good quarter, and this is back on the back of two earlier good quarters as well. So if you look at 4Q of last year, 1Q of this year, as well as the 2Q, I mean, all 3 quarters we've upped our earnings as well as upped our profitability. Both revenue and profitability has seen a growth. So I think overall it's been a good run, but Q3 is going to be a muted quarter only because the nature of Q3 is very different. It's a short quarter with furloughs, etc. So I expect Q3 to be muted, but I think Q4 we will be back on growth.
Okay. Mr. Guha, where do you see the maximum demand for your business coming in? Any particular geography that has outshone its peers in the previous quarter compared with 3 months ago or a year ago? And which is the sector which is giving you the maximum traction or the maximum visibility in the quarters ahead?
See, look, the Americas contribute almost to 86% of our business, right? As I'm sure you have noted. And the Americas continue to grow for us. We will definitely be focused in Europe as well as in Asia. We are hiring a new CEO for the rest of the world business. But we will be focused on some select countries in the other geographies to deliver a lot of growth. While we will continue to be focused in America for growth, but we want to kind of diversify our growth going into the other geographies as well. Now, as far as businesses are concerned, our digital business has been growing far ahead of the industry average, and we are pretty proud of that. We are investing in our data business, and you will see the data business also getting back to growth soon. Our ERP business is doing well. Our infra business has also turned around and is showing some growth. From a markets perspective, as in the vertical standpoint, manufacturing has done very well. BFSI has done very well. But we are also bullish on healthcare. Healthcare has shown a little bit of slowness in the past couple of quarters, but I think going forward, you will see the healthcare business also turning around.
Okay, absolutely. Good morning, sir. This is Tanya joining in the conversation. And I want to know it from you that what are your clients telling you? What's the demand situation at this point in time? Because if you see the situation in the US, that is still bleak. So are your customers cautious at this point in time? And if yes, then how do you plan to tackle these headwinds going forward?
That's a great question because from our clients' perspective, the things are not very rosy going forward, right? I mean, there is a lot of uncertainty in the market, there is volatility, and our clients are facing that volatility. But look, as far as we are concerned, we'll be focused on execution, we'll be focused on working and serving our clients well. And as our clients go through the transformation journey, we will participate in that transformation journey. So, from that standpoint, I'm feeling more and more comfortable and confident as we go forward. But the situation in the market is obviously very volatile, and we'll have to take one quarter at a time. So, hard for me to comment on the future, but we'll be focused on one quarter at a time, Tanya.
Okay, absolutely. And talking about
Right.
the margins were up around 50 basis points, sir, in the September quarter. This is despite the underlying impact of salary hikes. So I want to understand from you that what's the outlook when it comes to, margin guidance going forward for FY24?
Yeah, so Tanya, look, I mean, if you really think about it, our margins have gone up, and we've taken 1 month of salary impact because, as you would recall, we've given our salary hike starting the 1st of September, right? So 1 month impact was baked in. Now, going forward into the October, November, December quarter, we will have impact of another 2 months from a like-to-like basis. And plus, on top of it, in Q3, we will have furloughs, and it is a shorter quarter. So we see a little bit of a muted performance both on margins as well as on revenue in Q3. But we are committed to exit 4Q with 16% EBITDA. And that is what we have committed, and that is what we are working towards.
Mr. Guha, let's get into the nitty gritties of your performance. There is a decrease in attrition. There is an increase in the workforce. There is increase in the margin, and the top line and the bottom line have been fantastic. Now tell us, how are you different from the pain that we are seeing in large cap IT? The entire mid cap IT space is in a kind of zone which is probably not getting reflected in the large cap space. What are you guys doing differently that the bigger ones can't make sense out of?
So, Shailendra, look, I can only talk about Birlasoft in terms of what we are doing. Look, first of all, you must appreciate that we are a much smaller business than the large companies. Large companies have billions of dollars of exposure to financial services. Our exposure to financial services is very, very small, roughly give or take about 130, 140 million. So, from that perspective, we feel the pain a little lesser than the large companies because financial services obviously is an area of a lot of headwind at this point in time. Similarly, if you look at healthcare, our business is very small, roughly about 150, 160 million. So from that perspective, we are a little bit shielded from the macroeconomic when it comes to the large companies. But that said, I think we've done a good job in execution. We are focused on our clients' transformation journey, like I spoke about a little earlier. And our job will be to continue to work with our customers as they go through this economic turmoil, if you will, and stay close to our customers and serve them well. So that's really our game plan. Our top 10 clients as well as our top 20 clients have grown faster than the company average as well as industry average.
Right. Mr. Guha, I was coming to your top 10 slot, but please accept my very warm congratulations on your modesty when you say you are small at 5,000 crore rupees in terms of top line. You are not small at all, but you are extremely modest. Let's come to the top 10 guys. Now tell us how has revenue from top 10 and top 5 especially moved year on year?
Yeah. So Shailendra, our top 10 clients have grown about 9% quarter on quarter, but our top 20 clients have grown about 3.5% quarter on quarter. So both these buckets have grown above company average. Now, top 5 clients have seen a little bit of moderation, but I'm not so concerned about that because it's a nature of our business. Some clients do well some quarter, some clients don't do well some quarter. But overall, I'm very confident that our top 20 relationship for the year will do better than the company average. And like I said, if we are focused on execution, if we work with our clients to help them through the economic turmoil and serve our clients well, over a longer term period, we will build a very strong, profitable, and growth oriented business.
Yes, we also hope for the same, sir. But talking about the deal wins, you have mentioned that the company has signed deals of total contract value of 271 million dollar, which included new deal wins of 167 million dollar as well. So, if you could elaborate on that, if you could tell us more about these deal wins and your outlook going forward.
Yeah, so Tanya, we had a good quarter when it came to signings. Like you've noted, we delivered about $271 million of TCV, and that was aided by one large deal of about $100 million plus. But it's an existing client, but we've got new work from the existing client, and that is a testimony of the way we serve our clients. Over the last 9 months, if you look at our signings, they have been 21% growth over the previous 9 months. So it's a good indication of the way we are being called to the table, and the customers are trusting us to do good work with them. Now, going forward, again, it is hard to say in terms of how the signings will look like. Our pipeline is improving, which is the good news. We will have to work with our clients to see how much can we sign. But Tanya, you must also appreciate that the volatility still continues in the market. So we'll have to wait and watch to see how this thing pans out over the next couple of quarters or so.
Mr. Guha, you're already at about 5,000 crore in terms of turnover. And if you look at how the money has moved over the last 5, 7 years, it's been a very, very strong traction as far as the top line is concerned. Any holistic visions that you have? Birlasoft will be $1 billion company in the next 3 years or so. When would you possibly hit that kind of a run rate, $1 billion a year?
Yeah, so Shailendra, again, a very tough question. I'm sure you realize that the economic situation is so volatile. It is hard for me to commit even 2 quarters out, let alone 1 quarter out, which is why, we will be focused on every quarter as it comes. Of course, we have an aspiration to get to $1 billion. Now, when will that happen? I can't really comment on it. My job and my team's job is to focus and serve our clients every quarter and take it 1 quarter at a time, Shailendra.
Okay, we'll let you go on that one. But Mr. Guha, the other thing I wanted to understand from you is that are there any new geographies, new verticals within the business that you are tracking or trying to set up which might add productively to your top line over the next 1 year or so?
So we are focusing on on four verticals that we are very clear on. In fact, we have sharpened our focus. We want to work with just the four verticals, which is manufacturing, healthcare, financial services, and energy utilities. And like I said, from a geography perspective, we want to expand our business outside the United States of America. And we are hiring a new CEO for the rest of the world who will be based out of London and will be focused on the European and the Asian markets. Now, in these markets, we'll select markets that we'll be focused on, like the United Kingdom, Switzerland, the Nordics, India. So we'll be picking our markets and we'll be focusing on that markets.
Mr. Guha, we've seen turmoil last year, last 2 years over Europe because of the Russian Ukraine conflict. If you could just share some thoughts on how Europe has come back on your radar. And now we have the Middle East crisis right in front of us, geopolitically, a very big pain emerging in West Asia. Are you by any chance afflicted by these two problems?
No, we are not, because we are not focused on those markets at all, Shailendra. So, like I said, the markets outside the United States are small for us, and we've picked our markets to focus on. So, we'll focus on the United Kingdom, we'll focus on India, we'll be focused on Switzerland, the Nordics, geographies, etc. So, the two, stuff that you spoke about, we are not affected by that.
Like I said, Lady Luck is smiling and working very strongly for mid-cap IT, and of course, Birlasoft has been one of the blowout performers. Mr. Guha, any plans to, reward shareholders apart from the fantastic returns that Birlasoft has already given on the stock price side? Any bonuses or stock splits in the works?
Again, that's for the board to decide. I can't really comment on that. As you would have noticed that we have given a dividend at in our second quarter results. We've announced that. But going forward, any other corporate action is really for the board to decide. I can't comment on that, Shailendra.
Okay, Mr. Guha, we seem to have both Tanya and I exhausted our set of questions for you. Is there anything you would like to add that we may have missed?
No, I mean, look, like I keep saying all the time, that we have to serve our customers well, keep our heads down, and just focus on execution. If we do that, I think we will be good. The market is volatile, the headwinds are real, and the market will continue to be soft. So we'll have to just go through that pain before the market turns for the positive. But our jobs are really cut out to serve our customers well.
Mr. Guha, we'll leave you at that. And again, our best wishes and congratulations to what has been a stellar quarter, both year on year as well as quarter on quarter. And here's wishing you a very quick $1 billion worth of revenue in the very short term. and of course the blowout performance that Birlasoft has given on the Lal Street. Thank you for sparing time for us, sir.
Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Shailendra.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.